Hi, welcome back. We're back with more Yakuza Like a Dragon. And for those of you who are not familiar, I have Streamloots cards. You can see the goal for how many Streamloots cards I've sold way down bottom there. And these are cards that can be used to make a bunch of noise in my stream or change how I play. Goji has just played a card where I have to avoid doing story because I actually have to go do side quests. And he has a side quest he wants me to do, and since he played the card, I'm gonna do it. I'm also going to enjoy myself because I took the time to make some chips and cheese. I have a beverage because my back is hurting from my chair, so I'm trying to make myself as comfortable and as worry-free and fun-loving as I can be. Oh. 3 freshly grated cheeses on some tortilla chips. So let's go catch the public urinator. I can't, Taxi. I have to catch a guy who's about to take a leak. Okay, that's new. Thanks, Finn. Wait, that's him! No way, there's 4 of them? I thought it was just one guy! Maybe I could judge the culprit by their posture, if that's even possible.
Yo.
Ah, damn it. I'll have to catch him next time. When's next time? I'm a failure.
Stand a chance. Yeah.
You sure you can beat me?
Let's go. Don't get caught.
Right. This out. You're gonna get stoned.
Let's go. You're in it now.
Wow, okay.
I wouldn't underestimate me. I'm not backing down.
Let's go. Cool.
You're gonna get
You wanna
stoned.
go? Check this out.
Okay.
This.
Evade fire.
I got this. You're gonna be in a world of hurt. I'll show you. Let's take a chance.
I got this.
Here we go. Try this on your side.
Let's go.
Yeah, drop the people's elbow on him.
Good fight.
So I wonder how much time I have to pass until I get another shot. Because if that means Can Quest, it'll be Can Quest. Please don't tell me I have to, like, pass enough story for a day to pass or anything.
よう新入り頑張れよ Here comes the can man. That's money.
That's me. I'm the can man.
Time to get paid. That's money. Gotta fly. Time to get paid. That's money.
Yeah. All right.
Time to get paid. Time to get paid.
How about no?
Gotta fly.
We're gonna do one last quick loop around before we go back in. Because I think I can just barely hit 700.
That's money.
Oh yeah. That's S rank. We got this for sure. I am the can man.
That's the mark. What a haul.
I am a man of cans.
また来いよ。よう新入りたくさん買ってけよ。
Oh, I'm gonna have to grind out more cans. That's fine. Here's what we'll do. We'll take the taxi, we'll go elsewhere. Then we'll come back, and that should, yep. This should be able to do it. Oh yeah, it's time to see if we can catch somebody peeing. Right after we beat up some people for interrupting Goji's quest.
Right.
I got this.
I'm not that. I wouldn't underestimate me. Here we go.
I don't get caught.
Try this on for size. I feel this one. You can beat me.
Go. I'm up. Going now.
You're gonna get
Yeah.
Take your check this out. Take this.
You're gonna be in a world.
Boy.
I got this.
Nice.
Right.
All of my chips just turned into like one gigantic mess of chip and cheese.
I feel the stats going up.
I did it.
Killing me.
It makes it a little difficult to eat while I'm playing a video game, but otherwise it is a good thing.
Yo.
Treating me like I'm some kind of criminal. Stop projecting your pissing problems on me. Not polluting, more like invigorating. I'm just spreading the nutrients.
No.
Wow. What an amazing part of stream this is. Your reason for living is to pee in a river.
You're gonna be some. Yeah.
You sure you want to get
You
hurt?
wanna go?
You're gonna get stung. Right.
Poor dude didn't stand a chance. That fight probably would have been really threatening at level 9, though. Ah, yes, Suji Dex, Piss Wizard.
Ah, nuts. All right, now come along quietly. And zip it up, man. Be decent.
Well done, Kasuga-san. You've done a fine thing.
I'd try.
But why are you so dead set on urinating in there?
Haven't you ever wondered what it's like to drizzle into nature's sweet embrace? You get me, right?
No.
Nope, not at all.
All right, weirdo. Let's hear the rest at the station.
Damn. Looks like my luck's run dry.
Thanks for being so cooperative. Here's a little something for helping out our investigation. You see any other suspicious individuals, you contact me immediately. Got it? And you, get a move on.
Glad that's over. To be honest, I kinda have to take a leak too.
No, Casca. No. 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 No.
No, better just find a restroom.
Thank you. There we go. We have solved the mystery of the... We've solved the mystery of the pistery. I'm sorry. Alright, I know Shogi Dude is nearby. Where's Shogi Dude? There's Shogi Dude.
Stand a chance. Cool.
Oh, literal garbage humans.
Here we go.
I got this. Let's go. The enemy is defeated.
Thanks for stopping by, Kai. Alright, so we will stop at Shogi Dude. We will make a save. And then I'll make another save right in front of... We'll make a new save right in front of there, and another one right in front of the Mahjong parlor. I'll do my best, Kai. Good luck. Actually, Mahjong Tower is right near where I need to go anyway, so South Chinatown. Hey, smartphone. Hey, I need a taxi.
You're going down.
I got this.
Let's go.
I'll show you.
Take that back. Yeah.
You're gonna get stomped. You sure you want to get hurt?
Come on now. Suck on this. Don't get cocky.
Here we go. Underestimate me.
You're in it now.
This out.
Still in it.
Sure you want to get hurt?
I'm up. Let's go.
You're gonna get
I think I hurt more than one of them. Yeah, I did.
Should I not?
sure you can beat me.
Check this out.
I'm not that. Sure you want to get hurt? Right. I have secrets too. Let's take a chance. You're gonna get right. Try this on your side.
Let's go.
Okay, you're gonna be in a whirl.
Going in.
Yeah.
Warida.
Sure you can beat me?
Yeah. Nice.
Level up and job rank up is pretty great.
I'm getting stronger.
Hello, Devin. Alright, here is the Mahjong parlor, so we will make another save here for tomorrow's stream, just in case. And now, we're going to continue heading down the street and maybe do some part-time hero work right after we pick up this shiny thing. A clear pane of glass. I am a rich man today. Well, all right.
Clean up.
Let's beat him down.
Cool.
よそ見すんなよ
Come on now. Take this.
I got this.
You're in it now.
I'll show you.
Kakatte.
Let's see what we got. You're gonna get stoned.
Nice.
Here we go. This out. Sure you want to get hurt?
Yakuza. Don't get caught.
I'm not backing down.
I'm up.
Ow!
Let's go. Hold up. Let's go.
Right.
Get alive.
I have secrets too. Feeling better already? It's go time.
Yeah. Check this out.
You sure you can
I'll
beat
show
me?
you what money can buy.
Right. Try this
It's
on
just
the side.
slap a dude with stacks of money.
I wouldn't
Let's go.
underestimate me. You're gonna get stomped.
Good fight.
And I got my stamina and X back. Good stuff.
With finesse.
In, you know, in the way that we beat the hell out of the dude. Okay, thank you. Time to go to Heian Tower. Actually, was there an eatery? No. Do I automatically... I don't. Fantastic. Let's go get something to... We're gonna go get something to eat first. Where's the nearest actual eatery? It's... Mengwu. Okay. Who's hungry?
Yes, yes,
Mapo tofu. Shrimp and chili sauce. And everything's alcoholic, but that's fine. Shaoxing wine is fine.
Who's hungry? Me.
So good.
ありがとうございました。
And now everybody's tipsy, but, you know, ignore that. Actually, wasn't this a really expensive equipment shop? I've got a lot of money. I do have a lot of money. But that's a big upgrade. I mean, minus 20 dexterity, but who cares? Hi, Mike. I'm doing well enough.
ありがとうございました。
Hope you're well as well. pretty fancy spot. Think they'll treat us to a meal? Probably not. If that was the case, you wouldn't even pass the dress code. Why? Besides, it says right on the door, no Yakuza or ex-Yakuza allowed.
For real?
Seriously? It was a joke, dummy, but we're not here to eat regardless. Don't tease, I never got to come to these kinds of places.
Listen.
What about me, though? Would my clothes pass? No. I knew I should have changed.
Hey,
Nobody's here. You sure this is the place?
aw, are you scared? Don't be so wimpy. I thought you were a cop.
That was a long time ago. I'm a driving instructor now.
Dachi-san's just allergic to fancy restaurants, that's all. He's a man of basic tastes.
It's true. I only ever go to fast food joints.
Ugh, that's so gross.
Also true.
Right on time. But everyone's already inside, waiting for you.
Well, we weren't late, so you don't get an apology.
And I wasn't expecting one. I just thought I'd let you know. Of course, now you're making them wait further.
Oh, shut up.
And who is them, by the way?
You'll see. Go in, please. There's no need to worry, Kasuga-san. You have the Jungihan guarantee that no harm will come to you here.
Hard to trust the guy who was pointing a gun at me just a few hours ago.
Ah, but now we are outside the bounds of the Great Wall of Muscle. That changes things.
Come in.
That was Song-Hui.
Here we go.
Yo, Kasuga-kun. How you doing?
Zhao. And...
Hey, what's up with the old guy?
Watch it. That's Ryuhei Hoshino, the Seiryu clan chairman.
What? But if he's here, then that would mean they're...
yeah. The Agene 3. All the leaders gathered in the same spot.
Kasuga, think you can tell us what the hell is going on here?
Something big? Chapter 8. We're making progress.
Please, step inside.
Hey, aren't these three supposed to be fighting a war?
Supposed to be.
Kind of a weird place for us to meet, Chairman Hoshino. Especially considering the three of you look more like you're ready to have a tea party than tear each other's throats out.
Usually we meet only once a year, unless there's a need to share information face to face, as we must now. We always do what it takes to keep the Great Wall intact.
Your men are killing each other out there. You don't want to stop them?
Stop them? 2 of my youngest men were gunned down without mercy. Liamang Turf's been raided right up to the perimeter of their base. There's no stopping any of it now. At this point, whoever retreats first will have lost the war. I can't lay down my spear until that happens.
That's pretty much the same deal for me.
So then why are you two here? Gonna decide the war over a game of cards?
Not the worst idea.
What the fuck? People are dying! And meanwhile you three are just hanging out playing nice? Think your men would approve? Do any of you even care what your own people think?
Kasuga, there's no need to throw fits about what you don't understand.
Do you know right now Captain Takabe is Xiao's prisoner?
Prisoner. We're treating him more like an uninvited guest. Honestly, I'd let him go if I had one good reason to. I just don't, that's all.
So you're going to
Pardon
sit
me.
here and do nothing. Just let the chips fall where they may.
No,
That's how it needs to be.
there's
A
reasons.
bunch more pointless deaths is how it needs to be.
They're not pointless. Our men's willingness to fight is the entire reason we're able to serve as checks on each other. As long as the triangle remains balanced, it can hold firm against outside pressure. It's much like how Japan established separation of
I have
powers
time to get comfy
after
here.
the end of its
I love it.
dictatorship. It's not perfect, but it's the best solution we have. Do you see the logic there?
Oh boy, a post-war history lesson. What? That's what you're comparing it to, right?
Yes, because it's relevant. The post-war period is when the town's lines of power were drawn.
Huh?
The black market was born from the ashes of the war. It laid the foundation for modern-day Ijincho. Back then, the Seiryu clan was thriving. But in Chinatown, two rival Chinese gangs were competing for dominance. The winner of that fight prospers in Chinatown to this day. The gang that lost became the Yokohama Liumang. They were driven out of Chinatown and into Ijincho. But the Seiryu clan wasn't about to take that kind of invasion lying down. For a time, the gutters practically ran with Liumang and Seiryu blood.
Man, you gonna lecture until the bell rings, Professor?
You want to understand what's going on? Then you need the history, you smartass.
If you want to understand the fake money, that is.
The Seiryu clan knows about that?
Yes. All the fake money printed by the Komi Jewel goes through me.
But doesn't that mean the Seiryu clan is the real puppet master behind all this?
How do you figure that?
Mabuchi started forging Chinese yuan, sure. But only because of the counterfeit yen. I think I'm starting to figure all this out. The Liumang brings in the paper. The Komi Jewel prints the bills. But then, the Seiryu clan keeps all the profit? Wait, are you all in this together?
Kasuga-kun, calm down. You're jumping to conclusions.
Because I'm pissed off right now. First I'm kidnapped, accused of being a Seiryu Yakuza, then blamed for being the spark that ignites a war, nearly killed over Namba's thing. Now I'm here with the Ijin 3, who, by the way, don't even give a shit about the war. Tell me, why should I calm down?
He's got a point.
And you with your damn Seiryu clan, you're the one getting the most out of this.
No, because we're not the final destination of the fake yen. That will be Yutaka Ogikubo's pocket.
Yutaka Ogikubo. I saw his name in an article. He's some big shot in the Citizens Liberal Party.
All three of you are working together to support him politically? Why?
Huh. Suddenly my history lesson seems relevant, doesn't it?
Fine, get on with it.
Ogikubo is the man who proposed making fake money in Ijincho. This was 60 years ago. He pitched the idea to the first Seiryu chairman and first Liumang boss.
A politician suggested committing federal crime to a bunch of gangsters? For real?
At the time, Ogikubo was only a member of the city council. But he saw the fights breaking out between the long-established Seiryu clan and the newly arrived Liumang. He understood it was, in essence, a turf war. Knowing that, he looked for solutions to stop the bloodshed, solutions that would save lives. And eventually, he managed to find an answer.
Fake money, of all things.
Industry, which in this case is, yes, fake money. Ogikubo split the roles up evenly. That way, both organizations would have a common goal. The Liumang would import special paper, the Seiryu clan would print and transport the money.
How did Ogikubo know the counterfeiting process?
He didn't at first. But since he had faith in his plan and a desire for peace, he used every single connection he had to collect the raw materials, plus the recipe. Counterfeiting wasn't that difficult back then. Currency didn't have all the security features it has now.
It's only gotten harder over the years.
But anyway, after the first batch was printed, Ogikubo used it to bribe the cops.
The cops? Not the Seiryu clan or the Liumang?
Cops
There
are
would have
easy
been
to
no
corrupt.
point in paying off those two. That conflict goes deeper. Ogikubo understood that.
Okay, but why give it to the police?
They wanted to control them, of course. And in the blink of an eye, they became his loyal servants. That ought to surprise no one, given how corruptible law enforcement tends to be. Anyway, Ogikubo had his new minions in uniform crack down on one certain region of Ijincho.
Well, that doesn't sound like such a bad thing.
Yeah, he was making the city safer, right?
Now, that was just a side effect of what he really wanted. To squash every attempt by the Seiryu to drive out the Liuman. All police resources were dedicated to that one goal. It created a tiny pocket of Ijincho that was essentially violence-free.
Well, I bet that worked out great for the Liumang.
Oh, and you're the sharp one, I take it. Yes. That zone became the Liumang's home. So there it was. A place controlled by a criminal organization, but with low crime. The first gray zone.
And the Seiryu clan just accepted that. Why would they give up their territory and all its income streams like that?
Because they were getting continuous payouts from the counterfeiting operation. And that wasn't the only thing. Anytime one of us did something that normally would have landed us in hot water, Ogikubo would contain it. He kept it off police reports. That kept us from losing men to the law. So there were plenty of benefits for us. All while we kept our honor.
This Ogikubo's a pretty shrewd guy.
Nah. He just used some old tricks every politician knows.
Oh. Well, perhaps. But do you understand now how we benefit from him?
Yeah, I get it.
And my people reap those benefits also. In the 80s, the Komijul was saved by the Ijincho Gray Zone.
How?
Our parent organization was the Jingon Mafia, which formed decades ago in Korea. Even only a few years ago, he was a body double for their leader. But every time the Jingon Mafia got crushed, some of its people would drift to Ijincho. My mother was one of those. I was young when she brought me here. Ijincho was a breath of fresh air after living so long under their ridiculous code. More and more people heard about the relief we found here, so more came. But then our safety was threatened by something else. As our numbers grew, so did our clashes with the Yokohama Liumang.
You started fighting them?
Not outright. Ogikubo stepped in. Right before a real war erupted. He brought us a proposal. That we take over the Seiryu's counterfeiting business. It was an offer of steady income and safe territory. How could we refuse? In return, we would perform the surveillance necessary to contain the secret. That's how we started to build a system that now monitors every inch of Ijincho. It became our way to contribute to the smooth running of Ijincho, alongside the Seiryu and Liumang.
So that's the origin story behind the Ijin 3.
Ever since, we've all supported Ogikubo. And he supported us in kind. He used the huge streams of money from us to secure his seat at the helm of the Citizens' Liberal Party. Now, no one in the cabinet can speak against him.
After masterminding a way to bring peace to the city, he moved up in the world. Well, there are worse ways to climb the ladder, but I can't condone it. It's still a cover-up.
Really?
So you would say even perfect results don't matter if the methods are flawed? What about the police themselves? What about their alliance with all the Yakuza which grew from the scorched earth of post-war Japan? Light and dark joined hands to rebuild, and that's how we got where we are today. You can't deny the ends justify the means.
Well,
What does it even matter what happened? Who cares about that stuff right now? It's all in Ijincho's past. What we gotta think about is its future. So why'd you call us here? What do you want?
Your friend Namba-kun, during his search for his brother, spied on us and invaded our privacy. I assume he began with the fake bills because that was his brother's subject of investigation. But he was reckless, digging through Komijul affairs like a rabid raccoon. Right from the start, he's refused to show any respect to the Ijin 3. Now he's seen the counterfeiting for himself, and we have no idea where he is.
We must ensure his permanent silence.
Why are you telling us this? You looking to make a deal for his life or something?
A deal? Kasuga, under most circumstances, all your lives would be forfeit. But I have some idea of how this fake bill ended up in your pocket.
What?
Huh?
You do?
Out of respect for this person, I will look the other way.
But who the hell was it?
If you really want to know, you'll have to bring Namba to me. Personally.
We can't do that to Nanchan.
Sure is tempting.
Kasuga,
But I'll pass. Nothing I need to know so bad that I'd sell out a friend. So we done here?
You do realize, if word gets out about the counterfeiting, the Great Wall will crumble. And that means the end of the Gray Zone.
Yeah, that would suck. For you.
Look, the Great Wall keeps the peace with less than honorable means, sure. But it provides a safe haven for desperate souls with nowhere left to turn.
Yeah, man, I get all that.
Well, here's what you don't get, you moron. When we say no one gets in, that includes the Tojo clan and the Omi Alliance. So see, if we're talking about people who owe their lives to the Gray Zone, you're one of them, Kasuga-kun.
What?
After you were shot, the only reason the Omi didn't finish you off is because you were inside the zone.
What are you trying to say? That I owe something to the city?
Go ahead and act like you're above it all, but you've benefited from our operation as much as any of us.
Fine. Still doesn't mean I'm gonna sell out a friend.
Before you insist on that, I have something important to say.
Yeah, what?
We already have assassins hunting Namba.
What the hell? Who's assassins?
Mine. Somebody had to step up.
That's stepping up in your book? Hunting an innocent man?
Unlike you, Kasuga, I don't turn down attractive offers. But don't worry. I told my guys to make it painless. But, my men have gotten a little rough lately.
You son of a bitch! Call him off!
No can do. I think one death for the sake of the whole city is worth the price.
What do you say to our offer now? If you refuse, Namba will die.
But aren't you gonna kill him all the same if we bring him to you?
Instead of worrying about that, worry about getting to him first. Your clock's ticking.
hey, we don't even know where to look.
I may have an idea.
Well, there you go. So, Kasuga, given all this, what will you do?
I mean, guess I'm rescuing Namba from your stupid assassins.
No.
All I said is that I have an idea. I can't be certain. Where's Nanba?
Yo.
There's no indication he's left in Ijincho. That would be impossible while the Gomichil has him on our sights. Could he have gone to the police? I don't think he would risk that. He'd have no way of knowing which officers are sympathetic to the Ijin 3. So where would he go then?
Yes.
If I were Nanba-san, I would think Bleach Japan would be my best bet.
I see.
It's possible they would be willing to protect him. I've already increased the surveillance detail on the Bleach Japan office. We haven't sighted him there yet, but it's possible he's already inside.
Hey, yeah.
What should we do, Ichiban? Say we catch Namba and bring him here. What would you guys do to him? It's not my call to make. However, if you do nothing, the Liamang assassins will eventually succeed. It's only a matter of time. Damn.
Yo,
Sup?
The Hakuryo building on Carriage Highway. Their Yokohama branch is on the 2nd floor. Well, it's time to go to Bleach Japan and punch some punchable people in the face. They are all the way over here, which means that we're going to get to explore some new space. Which is fine. It works out. You missed us getting a history lesson about the Ijin 3.
Check this out!
You're gonna be in a world of hurt. I got this.
Let's go!
You're gonna get giant secrets too.
Don't get caught!
Here we go.
You're in it now!
I'm Private Awesome Side.
I got this!
You're gonna be in a world. You sure you want to get hurt?
Let's go!
Yeah, it's always amazing to see that kind of, hey, we're not actually gonna murder.
I'll show you. Let's take a chance. I'm not backing down. Right.
You're in it now! I'm up! Going in! Now get!
You're gonna get. I got this.
The enemy is defeated!
Excuse me, pardon me, things to do. I don't have any. I do have a taxi. Well, we're gonna. How much money did I print? Like 2.5 mil, but I spent a bunch of it. Because, you know, I can. And now we're about to spend a bunch more of it in a very expensive restaurant.
いらっしゃいませ。
Who's hungry?
Me. Gotta say, I'm liking this Rossini. I feel all fancy eating it.
Yeah, goes good with rice, too.
Speaking of which, when I was a kid, I remember someone telling me to always eat with the back of my fork. They said it was good manners, but when I found out that was a lie, that kind of messed with my head. I didn't know who I could trust.
Yeah, that happens when you're a kid. But for me, I couldn't use a fork either way.
You know, I'm still kind of heated when I think about it. I mean, who needs good manners anyway?
I understand you're upset, but this is hardly the place to discuss that.
Yeah, eat with the back of your fork? I mean, how?
Oh, God.
ありがとうございました
Maybe.
Do you feel it now, Mr. Krabs? I don't know if there actually is anything about eating with the back of the fork that I know of. I don't think there is. I could be wrong, but I've never heard of anything like it. Are you another eatery that I can buy one of everything in? Let us learn more menu set effects.
Who's hungry?
Me.
Oh, God.
And there's Finn with twerking Yoshi again. Don't mind me just breaking everything. It's fine, thank you very much. Oh, I need to be going the other way. It is a thing, the back of the fort? Huh. I have learned this day. Hey, let's talk to this taxi cab. We have a new fast travel point.
Hmm?
Keep the prongs angled down and using a knife you scrape food to the back of it and raise it up. Interesting.
What was that?
Let's go. Hope you're ready. Let's see.
You want to go?
I have secrets too. Let's see what we get.
Let's get it done.
I wouldn't underestimate you.
Hello, Goblin.
Try and stop.
You brought a lot of friends. Cue the JoJo music.
Feeling good.
Hi, everybody.
You sure you
H.
can beat me?
H.
I got this.
As a big H.
Going in.
How are people today?
Don't get cocky. You're in it.
Leave it to me.
Oh, that was like 20 damage. Oh, I should hydrate. Thank you, Mooney.
You're gonna be in a world of hurt.
H.
Let's go. Take your best shot.
I'll show you.
JC02E, thank you for the follow.
Feeling better. Nice.
Yeah, Cab's H's ended up becoming a little bit of a legendary thing on this channel because it then became, hey, when do we get D? And then when do we get B? And I think we're up to like 7 letters now because people keep wanting me to do letters. see lights on the second floor. Someone's in there. Who's ready for...
Yo,
Badge of the Nod, which wants a fresh and crispy H.
H. Yeah, eventually I'm gonna find a text-to-speech that actually works. Also, hey, parental advisory, this game's rated M for mature because they say the F word a lot.
Hey, do you know what time it is?
Time for you to get a watch.
Hello to you too. Kume-san, right? Sorry to barge in like this, but I wanted to see if our buddy was here.
Also, thank you, Goblin.
How did you know?
yo, Ichiban.
Hey, I knew you'd find a decent place to hide. Hey man, we gotta hurry. The Ijin 3 sent Liu Meng assassins after you.
Liu Meng? Not Komichu?
Is it just you three? No backup?
Just us.
I also have a card dealer with
I
us.
see. And you have business with Namba-san?
Yeah. And who are you? Haven't seen you around.
And here I thought people were watching more TV these days.
No, people are watching less TV. Haven't you heard of the internet?
You're the director of Bleach Japan.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen you on TV.
My name is Ogasawara. I'm here lending my support to our Yokohama branch. The Gray Zone in Ijincho is one of the worst in
We're
the
dealing
country.
with these guys
The
again.
police have just given up on it. But still, I never expected to find this. Counterfeiting legal currency? Atrocious.
So Namba spilled the beans, huh? Let's not mess around. You guys need to get out of here, now. We'll even go with you if it'll help you escape. That includes you, Namba.
Kasuga, was this your plan all along?
Why exactly do I need to turn and run?
It's not just the Komichu who are involved. The heads of the Seiryu clan and Yokohama Liumang are in on it. They sent the assassins after Namba because he knows their secret. You're screwed if you're here too, civilian or not.
Ogasawara-san, I think this guy's bluffing with all the assassin talk. He's just trying to ruffle some feathers. No need to panic.
No. I think he's telling the truth.
Because he was actually trying to find his brother.
To be honest,
And
I
it
thought you
involved
might
going
be
against the
assassins
Gomichul.
yourselves. But not once you said it was just you three. That's not Great Wall of muscle strength.
I don't get it. Aren't assassins supposed to be in small groups?
Oh,
And now we're
dear,
trying to
dear
protect him
Kume-kun.
because he found
You
out
have
about
so
the
much to
Gomichul's
learn about these
counterfeiting.
criminals.
And the
But
counterfeiting
ignorance
is actually
often
part of a
breeds
greater
courage,
plot
and
that
that's what
could
I
come
needed
down.
in the Ijincho arm of Bleach Japan.
That's... Ogasawara-san, what are you getting at?
He's calling you dumb!
You sure you're a civilian?
Of course I am. I just know more about the criminal underworld than your average dipshit.
What is with this guy?
I think it's about time you come out. Lao Ma.
Lao Ma?
Mabuchi, why are you here?
I'll handle this, Director. Thank you. My service is customer satisfaction guaranteed.
Then we'll take our leave. Let's go.
Hey, Namba, wait!
I already told them all about the counterfeit bills. I just want to find my brother. Whether he's alive or otherwise.
Ogasawara-san, what about me?
Mabuchi.
Give this simpering piece of human garbage a fitting end.
Didn't think this is where I'd finally see your mug.
No, of course not. My own boss doesn't know I'm here.
That said, I did want to meet you. I haven't been able to give you a message from Nonomiya!
Yeah! Slice him up however you want.
Ass kicking time!
Get alive!
on this!
Hope you're ready.
You're in it now!
Let's see what we get. You're gonna be in a world
Gonna
over.
get caught!
I hope you're ready.
Take your best shot!
I wouldn't underestimate you.
Yeah, the Naginata is gonna be scary if memory serves me for this fight. Alright. I am not wasting a turn on you.
Let's go! Let's get it done!
I'm not back.
Come on now! It's this!
Leave it to me.
I got this! Get caught!
I'll show you.
I want that dead. Let's lower the enemy turn economy here.
Try and stop me.
Alive!
Try this on the side.
Feeling good! Going in!
Beautiful.
Look who finally made an appearance.
What the hell is up with that spear thing?
I've seen it before. On a statue of Guan Yu. It's a legendary Chinese weapon.
So, Mabuchi puts himself on a level with ancient Chinese heroes?
If he does, he's in for a rude awakening when I break his little stick.
Right. I'm not backing down. I have secrets too. Say cheese.
Cool.
I wouldn't underestimate me. You sure
Let's
you can
go.
beat me?
Don't get caught! Check this out!
Hope
No
you're
buff? Damn.
Let's go!
ready. This out. Help is ever from you.
Alright, let's
That's what we needed right there.
You sure you
got
want to get
this.
hurt? Let's see.
Let's go!
Well, that's over. I got
Take
this. You're
your
gonna
best
get
shot!
So every class has a couple of skills that when you learn them, they're character skills, not job skills, and therefore you keep them even when you swap,
You're my spear, are ya?
which is very, very important.
Alive!
I'll show you.
lucky, lucky, lucky.
He's weak to slicing? He's weak to slicing. He's weak to slicing.
I wouldn't underestimate me.
You wanna go?
You sure you can beat
Right.
me?
I'm probably not going to get the stun, but let's find out.
Feel this one.
That's good damage.
I'm up!
You're gonna be in a world of hurt.
Going in!
I'm not backing down.
Who do I call? Take your best shot! Time to call a friend! I summon you! Is this some sort of joke?
No, it's not a joke.
get stomped. What's coming next?
Nice. It's good damage.
Better? Here we go.
You need to eat something.
You sure you want to get hurt?
Take your best
This
shot.
ought to help. You're gonna be in a world of hurt.
Ow.
Wouldn't underestimate me.
Good to go. Let's go. We're good.
Let's see.
Oh yeah?
You sure you can beat me?
Damn. I thought I had more MP stuff.
Get alive.
You sure you want to get hurt?
Everybody needs MP.
Much better. Let's go.
I got it.
Get cocky.
I'll show you. Life can be a gamble. I wouldn't underestimate
You're
me.
in it now. Get alive.
I'm ready now. You sure you want to get hurt? Huh?
Don't get cocky.
You sure you can beat me?
Down.
Take your best shot. I'm up. Let's go.
Oh yeah, it's everybody's favorite voice mod. It's familiar music time in the form of you know,
Where do you want
voice mod. I'm auto-tuned in the best possible way, which is why I'm rambling, just to keep on talking. It's all good. Enjoy it while it lasts.
You're gonna be in a world of hurt.
Slice with the season. It's good damage. That poison lasts forever.
I got this.
Get
I have
alive.
secrets too. What's coming next?
Joker means max damage 300.
Pretty great.
I got this. Scared of my spear, are ya? Let's go.
Looks like Goblin wants to redeem a letter unlock in a second here.
Oh, Mabushi's getting serious now.
Yeah, I think he's in a bad mood. Is that literally fire coming out of him?
That's your gamer brain talking again. But fire or not, oh, he's angry as hell.
No problem. Let's just deal with him.
Right.
Take your best shot.
Get this out. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh yeah?
Hold it to come
I wouldn't underestimate me.
There we go. Bleeding and poison, so that's a lot of damage.
Let's take a chance.
Nice critical. Whoa!
Where do you want it now?
You sure you want to get hurt?
Let's go.
You sure you can beat me?
This is it. Take your best shot.
Do something.
Don't get caught. Come on.
You sure you want to get hurt? This ought to help. Huh?
This sucks. Get
I
alive.
wouldn't underestimate me.
Let's rock.
I got this.
You're in it now.
Why do I have so much stamina and X? Not that I mind.
I'm not backing down.
Let's go!
Feeling better already. Okay.
Let's go.
Huh?
Going in. Take your best shot.
You're gonna be in a
Yeah.
world of hurt.
They're good. They're good healing items.
You're gonna get stomped.
Much better.
You sure you want to get hurt?
You're in it now. You want to go?
I'm ready now.
Come on.
Let's see.
Don't get cocky.
I have secrets too.
I wonder if this triggers a counter. We'll find out.
You're gonna be in a world of hurt.
It didn't.
Bye. Yeah. Check this
I'm not
out.
backing down.
Nice! That is exactly what we needed right there.
Right.
Let's go.
Try this on.
Can I ruin his accuracy further?
You sure I got this?
No.
I'll show you. Let's see what we get.
I'm not backing down.
I got this. Cool. Come on now. Take your best shot. The enemy is defeated.
That's a way to level up job ranks. Oh my god.
I feel the stats going up.
HP rose by 28. MP rose by 27.
Look at me go.
Yeah.
I did it! Yes!
Oh, it feels so good to punch you, face punch you.
What a rush. I forgot how great this can feel.
Oh, good. You can still talk.
Hell? Are you enjoying this, you creep?
Are you the one who killed our boss?
I am, and I did. I slaughtered him and hung him like a pig on a hook.
Well, to start a fight with the Seiryu clan?
As they say, I was just following orders.
Who told you to pull this kind of shit?
The man you just allowed to escape. The director of Bleach Japan, Ogasawara.
He's the one who ordered you to kill Nonomiya? Why would he do that?
Because what he's after is Ijincho itself.
What's he on about?
He wants to expose where Yutaka Ogikubo gets all his money. To do that, he had to put just a tiny crack in the Great Wall.
A crack? You mean Nonomiya's death?
I don't get it. Ogasawara ordered a hit so he could get rid of the Gray Zone? He's a Bleach Japan guy? I thought they were a bunch of goody two-shoes.
My question is, why would you do their bidding, Mabuchi?
Because the money's
Why
good
do
enough.
something that would turn the E-Gene 3 against you?
Ogasawara has bigger, badder friends than the E-Gene fleas.
What do you mean?
Hi, Barry.
The Great Wall. The E-Gene 3. That's all over. The invasion starts tomorrow.
Invasion? By Bleach Japan?
No.
You still don't get it? Come on, Kasuga.
What?
The backers of Bleach Japan are the Omi Alliance in Kamurocho.
Are you shitting me?
I'm going to be Jincho's version of Masumi Arakawa. I'll sell this whole town to the Omi and get rewarded handsomely for it. They'll probably make me an officer. It's what I...
Don't ever compare yourself to Arakawa-san again.
Guys, if the Omi Alliance is coming here...
Yeah, about that. Let's go get that bastard Ogasawara to give us the lowdown.
Well, he and Namba went into that back room over there.
Yeah, I saw.
Punch
Let's go
more.
find him.
More!
Ogasawara's gone. He went out an exit further back.
Namba?
Bleach Japan is gonna blow the lid off the counterfeiting scheme, which will crush the Gomi Jewel. Maybe, just maybe, they'll find my brother too.
Nan-chan...
If only I could have done it myself. No one's ever meant more to me than my brother. Look at the life I've endured to try to find him.
Did you see which way Ogasawara went?
You really should steer clear of this mess, Ichiban.
I just want to have some words.
Stay out of it. Just stay out of it, man!
Hey, you need to just focus on yourself right now. You got assassins after you. Just find somewhere to hide. At least until tomorrow. Mabuchi told us the Omi Alliance is coming tomorrow. They're invading. It'll be chaos. That's your chance to slip away, you get me? Can you do that?
I didn't ask for your advice.
Look, Nan-chan, as much as this sucks for you, can you please think about the rest of us too?
Shut up!
Think about what Mabuchi and Ogasawara did. They murdered Nonomiya out of pure greed.
I know. But I need their help to find my brother.
Really? You're just leaving?
Want to stop me? Go for it. Hell, attack me from behind. I don't care.
You know we'd never pull that kind of shit. Don't be stupid, man. We're still buds.
Ugh, don't say that shit.
Ichiban...
Hey, I know how this crap feels, but we don't have time for it. Let's focus on the task at hand. Searching this Bleach Japan office. I think it's back there, and this is our chance. No one's around.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, at the very least, everybody's already healed up because everybody leveled, so... Let's just check to see if there's anything expensive flying around real quick. No? Okay. Founders of Bleach Japan.
Oh shit.
What's up?
This picture.
What about it?
The guy shaking hands with Ogasawara. I know him.
Yeah, that's Ryo Aoki, the governor. That's back when he was younger, and considering the backdrop there, probably around the time he and Ogasawara started Bleach Japan together. Aoki had to leave his post in order to run for governor, though.
He's governor? But... he's supposed to be dead.
Huh?
In Kamurocho. Someone told me he died. I thought it was true.
I don't follow. You know Ryo Aoki?
Not Aoki. I I know him as... the young master. His name is Masato Arakawa.
Sir, during next week's budget deliberations, the opposition party is going to fight you tooth and nail.
Those fossils pushing for highway funding.
It sounds like they're strongly against the infrastructure cuts. I imagine it's going to be a long fight. But you do have an appearance scheduled for that evening. Should I cancel it or maybe try to reschedule?
I have an appearance? Oh, yeah. Isn't this the one for that newspaper? They invited a bunch of kids to that, I thought.
Yes, sir.
Let's not cancel it then. Wouldn't it look bad? I'm sure those parents have spared no expense making sure their children look presentable for an occasion like this, right?
I'm sure, but...
It'll be fine. I'm gonna run circles around those windbags and we'll have deliberations wrapped up in no time. We can't disappoint the children, can we?
Understood, sir. We'll hold the appearance as scheduled.
You know what? Why don't you call it a night?
Good night, then.
It's Ogasawara.
Good news, I hope.
I finally found it. The party chair's secret weapon. Turns out it was on the other side of the Great Wall of Muscle this whole time.
Go figure.
If you have any of our visitors from Kansai you can spare, I could use the extra hands.
That's fine. We're already more than well staffed in Tokyo. I'm willing to send you all the manpower you'll need.
Oh, the story got so real. I love this game. That's on you to decide, my dude. But hey, we're up to chapter 9 now. 2 chapters in one stream. We are moving. We schmoving, though.
Let's see. This probably has some juicy details.
Ryu Aoki, current governor of Tokyo, age 42. That's even the same age as the young master.
Don't freak out. Maybe it's all a coincidence.
It says Aoki was a shut-in until he was 20. Then he suddenly took off for America. He took political econ courses at Harvard, where he became close friends with Hajime Ogasawara. Then they came back to Japan. You know, I think they founded Bleach Japan that year.
Maybe by then he was already making all his shadowy plans.
Bleach Japan's agenda is hardly shadowy. In fact, it was pretty damn heartwarming for lots of folks. Seeing those youngsters demand decency, and Aoki's popularity skyrocketed. He was on magazine covers, on TV. He was in the public eye every day. Got a gig as a commentator eventually.
That's right, and then he entered politics. He left Ogasawara in charge of Bleach Japan. Looks like he didn't win the governor
Bad
race
Goblin
by a landslide exactly.
redeeming
But
unlock
now
the
his
next
approval
letter,
rating
and
is
we will add
80%.
L before the next
Plus,
stream.
He's got no political enemies.
Congratulations,
Life's
Goblin.
good for him.
Are there any articles that say he has another name? That's what I want to know.
I don't see anything like that. But I still think you're jumping to conclusions.
I wouldn't write off what Kasuga's saying, though. There's a lot of stuff that'd make perfect sense if it turned out Masato Arakawa is the governor.
Yeah?
Like what?
Like his sudden gain in political support that I was just talking about. That was all because he destroyed the Tojo clan with his Kamurocho 3K plan.
Was that the plan to wipe out all the Yakuza?
Yeah. After he rolled it out, the Tojo officers vanished from the city like so much smoke in the wind.
Vanished?
Yeah. I mean, they probably just fled the city out of panic. They knew they were on the verge of getting busted. The 3K plan enacted a bunch of new anti-Yakuza laws. The cops had a smorgasbord of violations to pick from. They could have booked the whole damn Tojo clan. So yeah, I assume the officers skipped town when they saw the cloud of charges hovering over them.
Definitely sounds like they were backed into a corner.
Right. Although it wasn't really the 3K plan itself that made them feel trapped. It was more because the Tojo's internal affairs got leaked to the police. And I'd bet my life the guy who leaked it was Masumi Arakawa.
You think the patriarch of the Arakawa family colluded with the governor?
Well, if the governor is Masato like Kasuga thinks, then it's all in the family. Forget collusion. That's just plain nepotism. Hey, it would also give Arakawa a reason to betray his clan. He was more loyal to his son than he was to the Tojo clan. Most men would be.
Most men, yes, but not Arakawa-san.
Well, if you say so, but you have to admit, my theory makes sense. Arakawa is human. And what's more human than wanting the best for your child? Parents, even Yakuza parents, will do anything for their kids.
One thing I don't get. How did the young master hide his past? A Yakuza can't become governor.
Oh, maybe he bought a family register.
You can just buy one?
Yep. It's easier to create a fictional person than you think.
Talk to Final Fantasy role players.
False name, and file a fake official register. I mean, you can get by on that for a good while. As long as no one takes a deep look at your file, of course. Otherwise, it falls apart real quick.
Well, of course it does if it's all lies.
Right, but if you altered an existing register instead of making one from scratch, the lies wouldn't be so obvious. Now, I'm thinking there was probably an actual shut-in named Ryo Aoki. Masato bought or stole Aoki's family register and is impersonating him.
Is taking someone else's family register really that simple?
I never said it was simple, but it is possible, especially if you've got money or the right connections. Don't you think, Kasuga?
The young master would have had the money and connections to do it. So yeah, I can see it. But why would he go to all that trouble?
To hide his Yakuza background, so he could be governor. The public would never accept a politician with Yakuza roots.
Ichiban, who told you that Masato was dead?
One of my senpai from middle school, back in Kamurocho. It was just the other day, actually.
Maybe the Arakawa family started spreading that rumor around themselves.
Hold on! Hold the hell on!
How is Ryo Aoki walking? Does he not need a wheelchair anymore?
What? What is it?
The young master couldn't walk. He used a wheelchair. The governor can walk.
Oh, then they can't be the same person. How could he hide a disability like that?
Well, the article said Aoki studied abroad in the US, right? Maybe he got surgery there.
No, the doctor said he was wheelchair-bound for life.
Well, maybe here in Japan that's true. But sometimes you can get procedures done in the US that aren't available here.
Hey, who's the guy who looks like there's a stick up his ass?
That's the police commissioner, Orinouchi.
Oh, your eternal rival.
I think I've seen him before.
When?
Sometime before I went to prison. When was it?
On the young master's birthday?
Oh, right! I saw him at a cabaret club I took the young master to. Yeah, Horinouchi was this dude that the young master's favorite girl was in love with.
Ah, so the governor and the police commissioner used to be rivals in love. Bet that made for a awkward meeting.
Yeah, I'm sure they remember each other, especially if Ichiban does. I wonder what all went down.
Damn. Kamurocho's looking like a pretty big piece of the puzzle now. But I can't really put it all together yet. Confusing ass mess.
No point in dwelling on it right now. Let's call it a day. I'm beat.
But guys, remember what Mabuchi said? The Omi Alliance is going to invade. You can sleep after hearing that?
Hell yeah. It's not like we can do anything about it when we're tired.
Good point. Let's head back and hit the hay.
We don't even need to head back.
Huh?
Hey, barkeep. Remember when I asked you about that room on the second floor?
Oh yeah, I cleaned it up for you. It's all yours.
Nice. Thanks.
What room?
There's some vacant space on the second floor. They're using it for storage right now, but I asked if we could use it as a hideout. I mean, your place definitely has its mood and all, but it was, getting kind of cramped. Here we'll have more room. Plus, at night, we can drink down here and then just stumble up to bed. How's that for convenience?
Yeah, it is great, but... You sure you're okay with this, pal?
Yeah, whatever. The room wasn't being used for anything, so it's no skin off my nose. Besides, I don't know how, but I heard you're fighting for the people of this town. And well, I'm not so desperate that I can't offer a shabby old room to a hero and his party.
Wow, dude. Thanks! We'll keep the room as neat as you keep your bourbon.
Smooth.
Wow. Enough with the whiskey puns, you two.
He's like the guy from The Thing.
Hey, if you don't like my jokes, you can forget about using the room.
Damn.
We need to go do some rescues, which we will do. Okay, so I'm amused here, because this was my old file that I started way back when. And, I am 34 seconds away from having the same amount of time, but so much different, because I'm doing so much more side stuff. If you play a party change card, can you use it to just change an outfit? Yes! I actually, you know what? I'm willing to also say that if you want to change a class with a party change card, I will accept that. But I'm also going to say save that, because I'm about to do a break. Play that card when I come back. Because I think that'll be really fun, so or do it now.
Gojiso thinks someone needs to be put in, as they're ready to play.
Okay. Well, tell me when I get back.